Rawr, rawr. Read comics at Pulp Fiction Long Beach. Rawr, rawr, rawr.
Hey,
Who did
we're
that?
live.
Hi, everybody. Happy
Hey.
Tuesday.
Hi.
Welcome.
Hey there. Hi there. Ho there.
Has everybody recovered? Those of you that joined us at Saturday, Alex's Bar, we had a great time. Bruce came in this morning. We talked to chatted a little bit. Turns out that they raised somewhere between $4,000 and $5,000. So that's great. I had a great time.
I actually was there earlier. I didn't stay for the auction.
No.
I have everything, but
I understand.
it was actually really, there were a lot of people there, or even early. I think it looked like it was pretty steady. I think that was the best thing.
It definitely turned into a total hangout party kind of vibe thing by the end of the evening, and that was great. They're more interested in his epidemis. I don't know what these words mean. I feel like I'm being fooled with.
Is it like you're drunk again?
I'm always, no, I'm not drunk. I'm tired. So thank you to those of you that checked it out. Thank you for coming. It was fun to hang out with you guys. It was fun to see some of y'all without your masks on for the first time. Even if it was just for a little bit. And they did a great job with this. They're planning on doing more. So stay tuned. Ghostbusters, the underrated sequel. Okay, so that must have been a joke from Ghostbusters, underrated sequel, which I haven't seen in a very, very long time.
Ghostbusters?
Oh, can I look at, does that, oh, that's Instagram. Or is that Facebook?
This Facebook.
That's Facebook, okay.
Laura's here. Drink again.
Always drunk. Where's the podcast, Ryan? Which podcast are we talking about?
Well, if you close your eyes, this could be a podcast.
I did a podcast with Cameron Miller for Cameron Reads Comics, which he put up. I put a link to it in the newsletter if you guys want to hear me gab with him about comic books for a little bit.
I listened to it last night. It's actually pretty cool.
Is it okay?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Okay.
You guys went off on tangents, but I love that.
Yeah.
It's like squirrel.
I'm waiting for the dig.
No,
dig?
No, it's good because you should be allowed to let it. I mean, I like the free form aspect of what Cameron does.
Derek, are you going to ask us about any pop culture stuff, or should we continue to fill the void? Okay. Did you watch anything fun this weekend?
I finished Marvelous Miss
Maisel.
Marvelous Miss Maisel.
I heard that was good.
It is good. I think the only kind of problem I had is like in the second, third season, they tried to do stuff with like the secondary characters, and then it got kind of a little silly. They felt like we need to have a story for them, and like they were okay, but it just seemed like, But the main story is good, and Zachary Levi, Shazam, plays her boyfriend in the second season.
Get in my box. Show me your Skinner where you drink and talk comics at the end because you cuss out the listeners. What? Get in my box. Show me your Skinner where you drink and talk comics at the end. You cuss out I never cuss out any listeners. How dare you? I think he means just maybe my drunk garage things.
Drunk garage fiestas.
Yeah, we got to clean out our garage first. We're getting there. We got some things in the mail and some other things to get the dead bodies out of there and clear the smell out first, and then I can get back in there again. Even though it's going to get hot, it's going to be a terrible time in there. But maybe we'll just do it inside in the office, and I'll keep my wife up. Let's see. All I did was we caught up a little bit on Sweet Tooth. I didn't really watch much because I was at Alex's Bar pretty much all day on Saturday. Sunday, we had to just do a bunch of a lot of house stuff. And Friday, I don't remember what happened to Friday. This weekend kind of just disappeared. It was pretty much just the Alex's Bar show.
It just kind of flew by.
Sort of flew by.
But I had to go to work after that.
Ooh. You always have to go to work after everything.
Overnight, so it was like 12 hours or 8 hours after the whole day of being there.
Every waking moment of Derek's life is either heading to a job or leaving a job, heading to another job.
Speaking of hot, are you concerned about your books in the garage?
No, and here's why. I would have been. It's a good question, actually. So when we were still cheapgraphicnovels.com, when we were still associated with our website, we had a warehouse. We had a big warehouse full of a lot of books, and that warehouse had no air conditioning. And I can attest to how hot it got in here when I had to go in there and pull orders for books and stuff like
books
that.
just practically burst into flames.
would
You went to get them off the shelf.
literally take your shirt off if you were by yourself, or wear a tank top or something. It's good. So, in other words, if books could last for years in there at those heats, I was not actually worried about it in my garage. Though I would like to get my garage to a point where you can put stuff like, I don't know, you call those little whirly bird things you put on the top that lets the heat escape out the ceiling. It helps.
Vent.
And then I could put I could maybe finagle some kind of air conditioning situation, but it's probably not worth the money or time. I think I have a better chance of working on my wife over the years and long enough that I get the books moved back into the house.
Yeah.
Or maybe in addition to the house.
I have a bunch in the garage, but they're in boxes, so it's like they're double. They shouldn't burst into flames, hopefully. And today is I'll bring it up since we have a little time to kill here. Today is the 16th anniversary of Batman Begins.
Okay.
Chris
Nolan.
2005.
Yeah.
Because when I was looking it up, it was funny because the posters have the 17th date on it.
Yeah.
But then I remembered Warner got so excited about the film they pushed it up 2 days. But the posters were already made.
I rewatched those during the shutdown, and I thought they held up pretty well.
The funny thing is, when we were working on the 4K ones, I hadn't seen the third one in a long time.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed it. I think because there wasn't that the expectation and stuff. I mean,
once you can kind of just enjoy it for whatever it is,
Yeah, I mean, is it perfect? No, but it's actually. I don't think it's. I think it was more our expectations were really high at that point.
It's pretty impressive what Chris Nolan did with that whole franchise. I'm glad that we're done with it. Because I feel like we wish so hard for or I did anyway, like a realistic, grounded street level, not street level, but like a realistic take on Batman.
Yeah,
and it's like then you got it kind of. I mean, minus some stuff, But now I'm like, no, I would like a more fun. I'd like Clayface to be able to appear in a Batman movie. I would like Mr. Freeze to be able to appear. Like those, if Chris Nolan put Mr. Freeze in a movie, it would be like, oh, he's a hitman that's cold as ice. I'd be like, that sucks, man. That sucks. That's a bummer. Or Clayface, maybe like just an actor who puts disguises on or something. I don't know.
I don't know. Scarecrow was pretty.
Can I give a hot take?
Get one or give one?
Because Megan just watched, I think, Dark Knight Rises, or maybe she watched all three of them or something.
Rises.
So I was like, I think Ben Affleck had the advantage of being Batman and just kind of being Batman, and not having to deal with the villains. Because I feel like the villains usually always outshine Batman, except maybe in Batman Begins, which you started the conversation on. Because in every other movie, you remember Jack Nicholson, you remember you remember Michelle Pfeiffer. Even though they're corny, you remember Arnie and Uma. You remember Bane. You remember Heath Ledger. But Ben Affleck just got to be Ben Affleck.
Right.
He didn't have some, awesome villain kind of overshadow.
So what's the actual hot take?
The hot take is that most of the Batman actors in the movies are totally secondary characters.
And I think that's true. I think that's. I don't even know if that's. In my experience, that's not a hot take. A lot of people that's like a criticism almost. Like how hard is it to make Batman as interesting, if not more
Batman's
interesting?
cool, but the villains are cool.
Yeah.
Well, but that's your hero's only as good as your villains.
Yeah.
Which
but I do appreciate
can be a double-edged sword.
But what you said about Batman Begins is true. I think what makes that movie stand out about all the others is, I mean, the whole first half is an origin story anyway before he even gets in a costume.
Right.
But it really is a Batman movie through and through.
Yeah, Ra's al Ghul is good and Scarecrow is cool, but they don't overshadow the movie. Okay, guys, sorry I was having some technical difficulties, but I'm going to run through some things real quick.
Yeah, let's do it.
Comics for a Cause was a success. We talked about that. Pretty much was good. Steven was there. Derek Hughes Entertainment had a table too.
Wendy was there.
I heard though that you guys had a lot of trouble with the internet.
Yes, there was.
Which is a shame because you came with your entire arsenal.
I did see Derek going like this a lot, so I knew. And it wasn't. I also heard that other people were having problems with the internet. So it wasn't.
There was one point. Who was the podcaster over there again? Really cool.
John Hughes with modern or Bronze and Modern Gods.
Yeah,
I think
both you and I got interviewed. Did you get interviewed, Steven?
No, I didn't.
But he couldn't get on at first.
Yeah.
And when he got on the internet, it kicked us off. And then Supply and Demand had an issue, which was great tacos, by the way. They had an issue with their internet until they just did a hotspot. So our apologies, the live stream part didn't work, but we did film and take a lot of photographs. So there will be an edited video for BZ Comics to use for promotional purposes.
Cool.
For this future.
Nice.
We've already published some edited professional photos.
Yeah.
Keep a picture of you and John, actually.
I had a great time. Oh, me and my John.
Yeah.
My John. He didn't know he was going to have a picture taken. I had a great time. Even I kept saying, I just want to hang out with people, and that's what happened, and it was nice. So Alex's Bar, by the way, really cool bar. I haven't been there since I was like 21. So if you've maybe only ever been there, if you're an old man like me, and you don't want to be in some place that's like really loud and there's standing room only and all that kind of stuff, I was expecting one thing, and then I was like, oh no, I would totally come here and drink, the early evening or something like that. They make great cocktails. They had good beers. It was really
cleaned up a lot.
They cleaned, yeah. It looked really neat.
There was a meme that went around Long Beach that had the picture of the old Alex's Bar bathroom with graffiti everywhere. And
the train spotting bathroom.
Yeah, and it said if you use the bathroom at Alex's Bar, you're immune to the coronavirus.
That's right. Yeah.
So when I went into the bathroom, I'm like, it's so clean.
Yeah,
I was
sort of blown away.
But Alex was so stoked. I got to interview him a little bit, and he got a little teary on camera because he was just so appreciative of Bruce and everyone who came out and the event. So that was awesome.
Supply and Demand too is another really cool bar, and we might be doing some events there soon too, as well as the Ink and Drink, which will hopefully eventually come back. And maybe Derek will join me for some content there.
And I got a comic from Paul.
And you got a comic book from Paul.
Yeah.
Paul was there.
Paul was there. And
Steven was there from Monster Matador.
Yeah, I picked up his books.
We had Nuclear Comic Books there, Atomic Basement Comics, and Torpedo. And lots of friendly faces. It was some people I hadn't seen in a really long time. It was really cool.
Yeah, you were. Who are your? What are those customers that you're friendly with? Hava and
Robin Hava.
Cool people. And I saw them with their masks off. And I was like, I've never seen your face before.
Yeah.
Over the last year, I've only seen the ninja version.
Yeah, it's wild.
Really sweet.
So it was really cool. Thank you again to any of you that came out, and or thank you. So some of you actually gave donations. Like Hal donated those 3D comic book things that were really cool.
Oh yeah, those are I've seen those. Those are really cool.
So it all went to a good cause, and thanks again, and thanks, and I said thanks, thank you.
Good job. Next quick subject. Hey, did you hear that DC Brass censored a certain scene from the Harley Quinn animated show, season 3?
Well, yeah, because you said something. I kind of understand it.
Of course.
And it wasn't.
Is
like,
that show really not been crossing lines the entire time?
Well, but I think there is. Basically, they said Batman doesn't do that.
Yeah, well, the phrase, the thing that's catching heat is that what the executives told the creators was, heroes don't do that.
Heroes don't do that.
And it's kind of like, what? But I did a comment on our group thread, and I was just like, I 100% obviously understand editorial and marketing what they did, but when you had Batman Damned showing Batwing,
yeah. But they pulled it back.
Hi-oh.
They tucked it away.
It shrunk.
And
it slinked into the night.
Did you guys see Lego Batman?
The movie? The original movie? Yeah.
Great movie, but I mean the whole thing is like a relationship joke between Batman and Joker.
Right.
He's like, I fight around. And
yeah.
Joker's like, well, I'm okay to fight around, but you're my main. He's like,
yeah.
I don't have one main.
Yeah.
So it's like you've already opened the door for lots of kind of Batman racy jokes, even the kid stuff. So it's like,
well, the best thing that came out of Lego Batman.
What's that?
Hey, Pewter.
Oh, Pewter. He's trying to have Siri joke because Batman calls his computer.
Hey, Pewter.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Sir. I've heated up your lobster thermidor in the microwave.
Oh, that's pretty
I'm
cool.
one step ahead of you, Alfred.
That's pretty good.
It's pretty cute.
But so we have Louis says Batman is a cunning linguistic man.
Yes, he
He
is.
shows the side of the villain.
He knows lots of languages. He's a cunning linguist.
Earlier, Louis said, speaking of Batman, well, let's just say Catwoman is a trooper.
I just remember there's a book about the making of Batman the Animated Series, and they actually published some of the notes that came from broadcast standards and practice, and there's a great one with Catwoman that says, when Catwoman falls out the window, can you make sure it doesn't look like she's landing on her boobs?
Oh,
perfect.
And you're just like, okay.
That's perfect.
I just want to say that Cunning Linguists is one of my favorite rap groups, and if you haven't listened to them, you should check them out. They're not nearly as dirty as you think they are. They're actually very upstanding gentlemen, and they're very good lyricists.
But if you haven't seen Harley Quinn season 1 or 2, I think we all agree it's good. You boys both saw it.
I've just started getting back into watching it. I just watched the.
I keep forgetting it exists. I loved what I had seen.
I just watched the episode where they went into Harley's mind.
Oh, twisted.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think I saw that. So that must be. I must be at least that far.
Yeah, there was that one, and the one that was really good was where Robin was like going to be her like her villain.
Yeah.
And just like the insanity of like the Robin, I mean, the voice they got for Robin, he sounds like a little like 5-year-old or something.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that the other one is Bane. I love the voice of the guy who did.
And they all the villains treat Bane bad.
Yeah. And then King Shark was just great because he's like this really, he's like wearing glasses and he says, well, and so like he says, well, don't get any blood around me because I don't like blood. And then you figure out he just goes, eight.
Ron Funches in anything is amazing. And it was kind of sad to find out that he was in King Shark in the Suicide Squad movie. But then when you found out it was Sylvester Stallone,
You're like,
and I'm like, all right, it's pretty good.
Okay. Yeah.
I can't really fight with that.
Right.
Speaking of inside someone's strange mind, new boys see Loki that premiered.
Yes.
What do you think?
That was good.
Say-
It's a first episode, so it's really hard to tell. I mean, they're setting up a lot, and there was just a ton of exposition. I didn't hate it, but it was a bit underwhelming.
It's
But
a clip episode.
Right,
They're like,
It's a
if you
clip
forgot
show.
about Loki,
yeah, just in case.
here's all the Avengers movies and all the Thor movies.
Yeah,
That's a little true.
But Owen Wilson, man,
That's what I
love
was telling him, man.
and
I don't care. Owen Wilson.
the lady who's like the judge, I can't pronounce her name. Mumba.
I'm not familiar with it.
She's I really like her a lot.
Yeah.
She's been in a ton of stuff. She was in a movie, Belle, that was actually really good. She's a really good actress, and like there was an interview with her, and they were talking about how she was saying all these great things, and I'm like, well, obviously it's not from this episode because you see her for like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So obviously there's I think more with her and the other cast, but yeah, Owen Wilson was just like he's just freaking charming.
He's just such a likable fellow, and
Yeah.
he's had such a tough, whatever. And it's fun to think that instead of him killing himself, he's now starring in Marvel things. Good for him.
a lot left of great life on it. I love it too that it's just kind of so subversive in that Loki said, "I'll burn this place down," and Owen Wilson's like, "Great, start with my office."
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah.
And then the bureaucracy of it's like a cosmic timeline DMV.
Yeah.
And if you haven't seen it, close your ears for a second. Close your ears.
Derek, did you take a number?
Yeah, I took a number. I thought it was so cool is that the most important dynamic thing in the Marvel Universe, the Infinity Stones, the Infinity Gems,
Or paper?
are paperweights.
Yeah.
And that just kind of shows, what's the most important thing? What's everyone been fighting for? It's like, it's nothing. It's meaningless, rather.
Yeah, there's a bunch of guys that use them for like paperweights.
I thought that was great.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. That's my review is it's enjoyable.
There you go. We got Erwin Papa on the stream. He's saying, "Hey all,
Hey, Erwin.
Week and Drink will be back. Date announcement soon." He also says, "I'll be there at the end of the month to drop off your drawing.
Yeah.
Pick up my books.
Sweet.
Thanks for holding them."
So excited. Thank you, Erwin.
You know what they said about Ryan back at Wilson High School? He was always holding.
Those people that actually knew me in high school wish they heard that joke. But as far away as the kid that's holding as you could possibly get. Holding his breath, more like it, because I'm terrified. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Yeah, Erwin, looking forward to it. I've been telling people about Ink and Drink. I'm looking forward to getting that started. And wait till you guys see the piece that I got from Erwin. I'm very excited about it.
Everyone say bye to Annie.
Bye, Annie.
Bye, everyone.
We love you, Annie. Annie actually made an appearance on.
She did. I didn't think
I
she
did.
would.
It was
She
nice.
was fun to hang
Megan
out
was
with her.
glad to see you.
Bye.
Okay, I tell you a cute Megan story.
Yeah.
Yeah, so thanks for all the drinks, everyone. No one bought us drinks. We don't. I don't drink. Okay. Yeah, she's. We're in the middle of trying to have a baby. Adam says, "Bye, Annie."
Just watch The Omen. That'll fix that.
No, geez. We'll name that child Steven. Comic Rands, your customer.
Yeah.
So cute to Megan. She came up. She's like, "Can we be friends?"
Oh,
Here's my number. So they're gonna have a girl.
Randy's adorable.
girl night.
Somebody's asking what's Ink and Drink. Just real fast. It's a drink and draw. If you don't know what a drink and draw is, it's exactly what it sounds like. Artists get together, they drink, and they draw.
What if you can't draw?
I can't draw. I draw anyway. You
Okay.
drink enough until you think you can.
Oh, okay. I don't drink, so
Ink and Drink thing is pretty cool. I don't know what they're going to do with all the current limitations or whatever, but before you went, there was a bunch of tables with butcher paper out all over the place. You find a spot, get yourself a brew, have a piece of pizza, and start drawing on the tables. Just for me, somebody that doesn't know how to draw really, I walk around and I look at people's art and I say, "That's really cool. Can I take a picture of that? What's your Instagram? Who are you? Do any of you do comic books? You know, things like that." So,
You butchered the paper.
which is how I met Erwin and June and a few other guys, and Ricky DeQuitt. A few other kids as well.
I
Yeah.
love Ricky. I haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm looking forward to that coming back. That's going to be great. What else is going on in the world?
Other quick things. I don't think either of you boys are watching it, but we said goodbye to Cisco Ramon vibe on The Flash. He left the show.
Jessica watched it. I saw him sing Poker Face.
I'm kind of wondering why.
So let me ask you guys this. I know everyone's got a different life and different paths, so no judgment. I like that guy. But like, okay, so say if either of you two boys were on like a network show, and like that, you know, you're not the star,
Lock that one.
but you're thinking, but you're on the thing, and that's a comfortable paycheck. So much so, like, you know, you could be making, you know, close to like $100K a week, possibly. Yeah. Would you leave the stability of that show to like?
Did he leave the show? Okay, because I know Tom. Did Tom leave the show or?
Tom Cavanaugh?
Yeah.
He keeps coming back though. He directs a lot.
Yeah. So I don't think I think his was more of like.
They kind of wrote his character into like, if you saw the episode, his character is basically like, I have to move and I have to change and I don't want to stay at Star Labs for my whole life.
Yeah.
So same thing with the actor. He was like, I just don't want to be the supporting guy in Flash his whole 20s.
Yeah, I get it. It's a
Yeah,
decision.
so the question is did he make a wise choice or did he do the David Caruso?
I would consult the formula of, have I done enough seasons of this show that if everything goes sideways, can I live out the rest of my life going to conventions?
Right. Yeah. Which he can already. He's already famous.
If you've already hit that status, then yeah, why not take a chance?
But it's so hard to get on a hit show. I feel like I mean, my personal line is I would ride that gravy train till the wheels go off, and then in the off seasons, of course, you know.
Do the movie during your summer break, right?
But
Cisco's an idiot. We got it.
No.
And then the other thing is, I guess Stargirl is not coming back till next year.
Yeah, that got delayed in production.
Yeah.
One of the Flash things, did you guys see the logo, the new Flash logo from the movie?
I think I saw that, yeah. I like that it's proper red and gold, I guess I'll say.
I don't know that I always like when it's like elevated. Like, you know,
they're just never going to not do that.
I know.
It's just the style of superhero costumes. It's never going to go away.
Yeah.
I'm not wild about it either, but I got over it a long time ago. Yeah, that could still be a good thing, right?
Yeah.
Mazzucchelli?
Well, I can tell you it looks better than the one from Justice League because that looked like it was like made out of cardboard and
Well, that was
rubber
the thing. He
bands.
made that himself. So hopefully,
Yeah, but it looked awful. I mean,
but yeah, I think that movie's gonna be exciting because we got two Batmans, Latina Supergirl.
yeah, where he spilled jelly donut on it. You know, he was eating a jelly donut.
I know,
He got
he
to
does a good job. Did either of you see the Masters of the Universe Revelation teaser?
I did.
I did.
What
Ask
do you
me
think?
what I thought
What
about
did
it.
you think?
Ask me if I care about He-Man at all.
Do you care about He-Man?
Not really, not at
Oh.
all. Okay, I had He-Man toys when I was a kid. Ask me if I'm the prime audience for this.
Are you
this
the
cartoon.
prime audience?
Absolutely not. Now, ask me what I thought about that trailer.
Yeah,
What
knowing
did you
that,
think
what'd
about that
think?
trailer?
I can't wait to watch that show. I can't wait to watch that show.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here now waiting for He-Man comic books and shit to come out, so I have something to sell because I think that it's going to be hot.
That's what I was going to say, is that there's a tie-in book.
Yeah.
Mike Mignola did one of the covers.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And one of the guys who wrote the Masters of the Universe Injustice crossover,
Yeah.
he writes the show.
Oh, okay.
I think it was a perfect amount of, it did actually just feel like adults playing with their toys, which I don't mean that in any
That's
kind of
because it's
negative
Kevin
way.
Smith playing with the Master of the Universe.
I gotta say, I was impressed. I think throwing in the "We Need a Hero" sound, or the soundtrack bite, the song, that made it the perfect level of self-aware, but also kind of cool and very 80s.
Yeah.
And it looked like a blast, man.
It does. It really looks good. I mean, because the original one is Filmation, which was all, most of it was rotoscope.
Mostly, I'm just excited by any kind of animation that has good action. And if it looks like it's going to be cool and good and like on par with other ones that I really like, I'm more interested.
Well, I can tell you one thing. Everybody learned out of the pandemic. Animation does not stop during a pandemic,
Right?
because people can actually work from home. So
Right.
I think we're actually going to see a lot more animation come down the pike.
I'm glad I watched that. I was just kind of like, I don't care about this, and I'm like, all right, why not? Let's just watch it. And I'm like, that looks like fun.
No,
It
it was actually the thing was, it was a well done trailer.
Yeah.
It was smart. It was snappy.
Yeah.
The music, they picked the perfect music.
Yeah.
It wasn't like too short or anything.
Was there a Dolph Lundgren cameo anywhere in there? Does he get to do a voice of somebody?
I don't know.
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
So a couple inside baseball quick things. I'll ask you real quick.
You shouldn't play baseball inside. You should play
I know,
outside.
right? In my break window. I'll ask you about E3 stuff in a second, Steven, but they just premiered a Guardians of the Galaxy trailer.
Oh, yeah, that looked good, too.
Used the hero song.
That's
too.
right. I forgot about
So
that.
the Masters of the Universe people were like, "Oh, we're so glad we premiered a couple."
Yeah,
days
that's
before."
right.
That was one thing. Next thing is that I'm not, no judgment. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying what other people were saying. There was a lot of criticism of this new She-Ra animation because they thought it was the She-Ra show because they thought it was like too different from the original.
Yeah.
And some people were accusing it of being too woke or whatever. So there's people like suspect of what Kevin Smith was going to do with Masters of the Universe. So there's a guy named Teddy something who's the producer of it who did it. He's like, what's your favorite thing, Steven, besides Dole Whip? Mine's Superman. Ryan's is like Hellboy and Godzilla. What's your jam?
Plastic Man.
Plastic.
Yeah. So this guy producer. This was his Plastic Man. So he moved up the ranks, producing stuff, and his whole thing was, I want to do a He-Man show, and I want it to be perfect, and I want it to be just like the original.
Yeah.
And so that was like the marching orders for Kevin Smith and the team. They're like, don't mess this up. We need to feel like 10-year-old little boys again watching the show.
Yeah.
Like the stakes have to be huge. Every episode you think Skeletor's going to win.
Yeah.
And it has to be awesome. So there's a lot of people worried about like, oh, they're going to like modernize it and whatever. And so I think they've probably done a good job of like capturing that original.
Yeah, and I'm kind of
cheesy spirit and making a new one.
I'm kind of into that now. If they want to do that with other kind of like 80s, like let's get a GI Joe treatment. I guess we already have, because I know that they did like kind of adult GI Joe made for TV movies and stuff that like I think Warren Ellis actually wrote.
They were theatrical films.
No, they actually made animated films. I remember. The first thing they do in the thing is they blow up Moscow and then kill off like all the other Joes.
Yeah.
Well, but the other thing is that I think the She-Ra show works for that audience.
Yeah.
I think that makes sense. I think because in a lot of ways the shows were very different even back then.
Right.
I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't know anything about anything. That looked like fun.
No, and it was. and once again, I think they're two kind of different beasts. And I think He-Man should be like that, and I think the new She-Ra should be like it is.
Well, now I want a TMNT thing like that trailer, or like an animated thing, like crazy martial arts action. Be awesome.
That would be, but I don't know. We'll see.
Last two things real quick. Raiders of the Lost Ark turns 40. So happy birthday, Indiana Jones.
Yep.
And Indiana Jones 5 is filming as we know.
Not Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark, just
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
When did they rename it?
They didn't rename it.
They never renamed it? Oh, it was just on packaging.
Yeah,
And then any thoughts and things within that? Any Indiana Jones anecdotes from either of you boys?
Well, we've seen pictures of.
Wait. No. I have something. Isn't this being made by the dude who
It
did
was Mangold.
James Mangold's great. It's at the very worst, it'll be serviceable. So, sure.
I'm just happy that
Harrison Ford's not dead yet. Let's keep doing
he's
it.
not dead yet, and that George Lucas isn't picking the script.
Yeah, so what do you think about Spielberg not doing it? That's interesting.
I mean, Spielberg probably wants to just do other things at this point, right?
Yeah.
I think he probably only even did Crystal Skull because Lucas wanted to so badly.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, both him and Harrison did not like that script.
Yeah.
Nobody liked
They
the script.
did it to help the homie.
Yeah, George Lucas.
George wanted that script, and he got it.
I have a comment here on Instagram that says, "Talk about Sam and Twitch, you Spawn haters." I don't hate Spawn. I'm excited about Sam and Twitch.
I saw a thing that I guess the new Spawn book got like the biggest numbers images had like in a long
The
time.
Spawn universe, Spawn
Yeah.
King stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I can say that. I think I ordered 200 copies total between all the different covers. So, yeah, we'll see how.
But
it
people
goes.
are talking about it.
Yeah.
Though. Yeah. So I mean, Spawn's actually
Todd
been-
McFarlane if he could just get out of his own way, he would. I mean, he's already. I don't know. I used to say he's rich, but then I heard he was rich
bought a
and then he
baseball.
wasn't, and then it was. I don't know what's going on. But I think that.
well, he's doing the Batman toy, so I think he's okay now.
So I guess we're moving on to a Sam and Twitch thing, a Sam and Twitch show before we get a Spawn movie, I guess. But I will say this, and I don't have it to sell you, by the way, because this is always what happens. Nobody ever thinks about us, the little guys. The Sam and Twitch hasn't been in print in forever.
It's a Sam and Twitch comic.
Yeah, it's really good. It was
Really?
written by Brian. Yeah, it was written by Brian
No,
Bendis.
I know. I'm just
you're
saying
teasing
it's
me.
so out of print.
Yeah, it's way down.
It's way out of print.
Um,
They didn't they have it on like Caveman tapped it on tablets. Was sold.
I don't know.
Okay.
They had paperbacks that and then you could get like one volume out of the two volumes, and then a hardcover that's impossible to get. So I hope they reprint Sam and Twitch. I think it's a really cool series. If you have some other way to read it, maybe go do that.
I think Gleason Cabbage did some covers. I think for those.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
Angel
there was a
Medina
lot of
did
really
some
wild
artwork.
covers
It was
for
just
him.
like a really like kind of gritty, nasty crime police procedural that was all supernatural. So it was kind of like X-Files meets like some down and dirty like Training Day style kind of grungy, gross cop drama.
Yeah, it was great because like even if you like weren't necessarily a fan of Spawn, like Sam and Twitch was so different,
Yeah.
and it just like people just wanted to do it. I think
Yeah.
they had so many different people doing it at a point.
Anyway, I think that's a good idea. We'll see. It's just call it Sam and Twitch, make it a supernatural cop show, and then don't have Spawn be anything to do with it except very peripherally.
Oh look, there he is. Okay, bye.
And then let that be the guiding, exciting force behind letting somebody make a Spawn movie. Todd, why don't you just let somebody make a Spawn movie?
Well,
And please put the Spawn compendium back into print, please.
all I got to say is we learned with Frank Miller that maybe he's not a director.
I don't know about all that, but fine.
You've seen The Spirit, haven't you?
Yeah, I actually thought the Spirit was okay. I just think it had nothing to do with the subject material.
Okay.
Can we meet there?
Yeah, I can
I
totally.
think it was a wonderful,
It's not The Spirit.
wonderful, fascinating, weird train wreck of a movie. I couldn't not at least be entertained by it. It has nothing to do with the Spirit.
No, you're totally
Okay.
right. I mean, I go back to there was the ABC TV movie with Sam J. Jones that like was not great, but at least it was The Spirit.
Was it the Spirit?
It was The Spirit. The Spirit.
Couple comments here earlier. We said, "Don't worry if you can't draw. Most people can't draw while drunk, anyways." Eduardo says that trailer was going to blow away the show. It's amazing, excellent touching, excellent touch using that song. A Rick Rock 34 on Twitch posted a sleeping man picture, so I think he's saying that
Can we move on?
the show is boring. But
He wants to see the variants. That's what he said. I know who that is. He just wants to see the books.
Okay, there we go. Netflix's master of marketing. The trailer is amazing. Ian, hi everyone. Luis says, never forget the CGI gopher, the refrigerator in Indy 5, or the pre-canceled Shia LaBeouf.
LaBeouf.
Eduardo says, Todd was on a YouTube channel over the weekend, Todd McFarlane, and the motive behind him not releasing or reprinting the books is because he doesn't need the money. He knows that if he puts it out there, it'll sell. But his theory is not cashing in everything at once. Well, I mean, what about retailers making money, right?
Yeah, I'm not saying. Please put the book out so you can support yourself, McFarlane. I'm saying put your book out, please, because I have demand.
Yeah.
I'd certainly like to be able to supply them.
And then Adam says, I got the Spawn Companion as part of Target. Buy one, get one 50% off sale. Wow.
Oh, I wonder if that's what's going on. Is that they do books too on that? Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
I got to stop talking.
All right, and then last thing on my list is there's rumors that Namor might be the villain.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Black Panther.
So here come all that Namor speculation. Here it all comes.
Real quick,
I think we should all get like little wings for our feet.
I hope they give him little wings on his feet.
anything you want to say about E3 real quick before we get to comments?
Nintendo knocked it out of the park, mostly because nobody else kind of showed up. But we're getting a new Wario game. They showed new footage from the new Zelda game.
Metroid Prime.
Well, it's not quite what we thought.
They're doing a 2D game.
Yeah, but it looks really good. It looks really, really awesome. I was really excited about that. The Wario game, I love the Wario games. They're like little mini games.
10 more seconds.
Okay.
That's it?
That's it?
Okay.
That's all you get. All right, cool. All right, so this is a live unboxing show. Hello.
We should figure out some way to like actually time that out so people. I do feel bad for the people who just want to see this stuff. Okay, here we go. We have a lot of variants to go through, and I'll try to go through them fairly quickly. I'm sorry I don't have prices yet. I promise that'll be the first thing that I do after we're done with the stream.
If you want to get a hold of us real quick, Ryan, the email there is right there at the bottom. It's on the screen, and you're not selling anything on the stream, right?
No claims on this stream, no sales on this stream. If you're interested in the book, please send an email to pulpfictionlongbeach@gmail.com, and I'll let you know if it's something that's still available. Speaking of which, I think these are the only two. Oh, there's another one in here somewhere. I don't know where it is. We'll find it later. Oh, there it is. Okay, so we have 3 different ratios for Demon Days Mariko. Some of you may remember Demon Days X-Men. This was Peach Momoko's first interior artwork series. This is a quarterly series that she's been doing, and this is the second part that's coming out this week. I still have plenty of part 1, by the way, if anybody wants to get caught up. I haven't read it yet, but I flipped through it. Absolutely amazing. I'm going to show you guys some artwork later. But here are the ratio variants to go along with it. I don't remember the ratios, but I can at least tell you the artist. So this is Amanda Connor, which might be I think this might be the 1 in 25. What do you have here? That's Jen Bartel. There's a trade dress version of this cover for those of you that aren't going to want to pay the ratio price on that one. But that's a gorgeous cover. I love Jen Bartel.
The coloring's really good.
And then last, certainly not least, is that Dave. We got a Dave Mack. I think that might be a 1 in 50 ratio variant for that one as well.
Is there a link that Steven or I can pull up, or are you none that's ready?
There's no prices that you can. Yeah, there's no prices though. This was kind of previewing in its purest form, I suppose. This week we also have Planet Size X-Men. I think those are the only ones. I think they're both 1 in 50s. Check out this Olivier Coipel. Just absolutely gorgeous storm that he did for this issue. What was the other one?
That's the
Dowderman design cover. Yeah. So
Which
if you've
is
been
really
into the costume designs that Dowderman's coming up with for X-Men Gala, the Gala event.
And I think this. Can you get this on a regular, or is it
No,
only a variant?
not that one.
Okay.
That one's only a 1 in 50 ratio variant.
Did you guys see Kevin Feige go to the Gaga event?
I heard. I haven't read it yet, but I did see the. Did you see the Gaga event?
The Gaga, the Gaga?
The Gaga event?
I did
Lady
see that
Gaga
picture.
would make a good,
Lady Gaga
White
should.
Queen.
I'm sure she's there. She's probably there. She's just not showing up in the comic book. All right, that one's spoken for by Wendy already, probably, unless they make it $1 million. She'll probably still buy it. But that's a
$1 million.
1 in 25 ratio variant for Fantastic Four. Those of you who don't know what's going on, Dr. Doom's getting married.
To Herbie the robot.
It's just a little bit more fanfare for that. That's actually a really cool cover.
Wow.
That's Patrick Gleason doing Squadron. Oh, jeez. Yeah, no, but his name. That's not his
Superman.
name. It's not Superman.
Hyperion.
It's Hyperion. Thank you.
Like
it's a
Superman.
cool name. I don't know why I always forget it.
Laura earlier said I may need that for my Storm collection, and Adam Hernandez says that Demon Days is very pretty.
The Demon Days look really great. This should be a big week. I'm hoping it's a big week. Might be one more of those in here. This is Space Pirate Captain Harlock. Speaking of cartoons, you might be familiar with the anime and manga before that.
I was trying to figure out what it was.
It's based on a Japanese manga, which then also got, I think it's Battleship Yamato. I don't want to.
That's where I think that's where it started. Then there
Okay.
were
Okay. I don't know. I'm out of my depth here when it comes to
You're out
that
of your
stuff.
element, Tom.
I'm out of my element. Anyway, we have a couple of these ratio variants and a lot of different covers for the main series as well, open order covers. Here's one for me. This is just a fun Godzilla ratio variant. This was probably going to be the last issue that I order enough of to get these because it's not really selling off the wall anymore.
Ryan.
Yeah, but I'm enjoying them. And if nobody buys the ratio variants, then I take them home.
It is really. This is an awesome cover.
I'm happy I got my Mothra one.
What's going on in that cover?
He's eating a truck.
It's just one of those like I like these like cross section things,
Yeah.
where like in science books or whatever, like this is where his fire breath comes from.
He's got
And
a
this
little,
is from
little.
yeah. I think it's great.
Yeah, he's eating people, and you
Yeah.
can see their bones.
I'm way into it.
Yeah, he's got people in his stomach. It's great.
We got a ratio variant for Star Wars High Republic Adventures this week. Again, full of characters that I not familiar with. Which is they put Yoda on it, and it sold a lot of money. And then all these other characters I'm not really that familiar with.
My favorite guy.
It's
Yoda face man.
yeah. I'm sure Star Wars people are excited and they understand what it's all about. This week we have Star Wars number 14, continuing in the tie-ins for War of the Bounty Hunters. I barely have any for the shelf. I'm getting to that point now where enough people are starting to request things like after I've already done my ordering. That's getting very hard to keep up with demand. So I highly recommend it if this is something you're interested in doing. Please look ahead at the reading list and start making requests now so I can try to keep up with demand.
That's an interesting cover.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It almost looks like Marcos Martin or something. I'm not sure who the artist is.
It almost looks like a paper doll.
But it looks like Empire Strikes Back style because it's got Lando, but then behind Lando he's got that guy, the guy that he like controls this watch or whatever.
The guy that got the giant Walkman on his head.
So anyway,
From Cloud City.
Yeah, Cloud City. There you go.
I finally got to read the
should
first couple of High Republic books, and I enjoyed it, says Eduardo Marua. And Adam Hernandez says the Captain Harlock ship is called the Arcadia.
Oh, that's a cool name.
What is that from? Oh, that's from the Captain Harlock.
Captain Harlock, yeah.
Ooh,
Olivier Coipel, more artwork from Olivier Coipel this week. I really want one of these, but I'm probably gonna be a good boy and not take
Sell them.
Yeah, I'm gonna sell them. That's actually one of the better ratio variants. Last time the ratio variant was cool, but the Adam Kubert just open order B cover was like awesome.
I like how it has like a little blood stain. On
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Just a baby
Into it.
blood stain.
Are you caught up with that book, Ryan?
No, I tried to catch up last night, but I decided to get catch up on Ultra Mega instead because
That book
Because
is...
you hate that book. Why are you catching up on Ultra Mega?
I don't know.
I don't know what it is just about the writing and pacing of that book. I feel like I'm in the middle of an alien movie when I read that book. It's so cool.
Oh, you're not being. You mean in a good way? Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's just something about like the creative team is not reinventing the wheel or anything.
Right.
It's just something like I feel like I'm on that space.
Well, you don't need to reinvent the wheel so
good.
much. Just tap into the things that I like about the series.
Yeah.
So I've only read that first issue so far. I'll try to get caught up tonight. We'll see how it goes.
You'll like it.
Speaking of Ultra Mega, I have some ratios for that as well. This week is issue 4, and nobody really buys these, so I don't know what to do. I think the problem is that the book itself is oversized. Let me show you guys. That won't make sense. There's almost a spine on the book. They're all oversized, and so therefore they're priced accordingly. No, you don't get it. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. What are you gonna? That's not.
Floppy, not floppy.
My point is that these are cover price $7.99. I usually only mark them up a little bit above the cover price, but nobody ever touches them. I think because they're marking them way up from $3.99. I'm just going to cover price the 1 in 5s, I guess, and the 1 in 20s. Maybe I'll mark down a little bit to see if we get people to buy these. Dude, look at this Paul Pope cover. Holy crap!
That's amazing.
That's because Paul Pope.
I love Paul Pope, man. Paul Pope definitely in the art camp of James Heron for sure.
I think he just
Definitely
called
some
him up and said, "Hey,
influences.
damn, you want to draw a cover?" And Paul Pope's like, "Yeah."
Eduardo says, "Oh man, Ultra Mega, another great read. It's fun and easy to follow. It's like a heavy metal mag. Spine one."
I love James Heron, but that Paul Pope is just to die for.
Yeah, I'm gonna get one of those. I got caught up in Ultra Mega because I keep talking about it. It's like I should probably read the book. I was so in love with the first issue and the second issue that I've been so busy I haven't had a chance to read the third and the fourth. So I read them last night, and I can confirm that comic freaking slaps, man. It freaking slaps.
I thought the
guys.
third issue was absolutely amazing.
I think it's so good, and I still got plenty of back issues here, but I'm going to start slowing down because people aren't buying them off the shelf as often. I think we showed that one already that you're holding, but
Wendy
there's
had
another non-trade dress ratio here for Captain Harlock. If you enjoyed that, that's actually the artwork for the main cover, just minus the trade dress.
Textless?
Textless. Textless.
Is it a Catwoman alone on the roof
Yes.
without a Batman?
Yeah, that's what it is. It's a sexless. It's an oral sexless cover. What is this? Oh, Time Before Time? Time Before Time.
Time
Not
Before
Time
Time.
After
Sounds
Time.
so
That's another
romantic.
song. Yeah.
Time before time.
It's not the Land Before Time either.
I really enjoy Time Before Time, number one. It hasn't been like any big massive hit or anything, but it's a really well drawn, well written comic book. Time travel, which has been done a lot, but this one's really good.
What movie does it remind you of?
That reminds me of Looper. If you like Looper, I highly recommend it. If you hate Looper, you're probably not going to like it. Anyway, so that's the ratio variant for this week's second issue, which is actually it's a black and white version of the.
Adam wants to know if you need a magazine or treasury size bag to put Ultraman in.
No, it'll fit in a regular size bag just fine.
Snug.
It's not even that snug. I double board with regular boards and then put my Ultra Mega in there, and it fits just fine. It's not that much thicker.
Wendy tuned right in when you said what you said about.
Oh yeah, she's definitely have opinions on the size of bags and what belongs and what.
No. When you said Catwoman, then.
Oh, good. I wouldn't have any other way. This is the only ratio variant that survived this week for Berserker number 3. I'm sorry,
Thank
boys
you,
and
UPS.
girls. I'm sorry, boys and girls. I'm really sorry. I've already reported them. We're going to cross our fingers and hope for replacement copies, and I'll have them then. If you had your heart set on me for getting them tomorrow, you're going to have to look elsewhere.
Wow.
Yeah, it really sucks. They weren't in my regular shipment, and then I went, oh my god, they didn't send them to me. And then another small box showed up today from UPS, and I went, they're probably in there, and they're probably damaged because they
The
didn't put
gorilla
any
jumped up
padding.
and down on the box.
And true enough, I opened it up, and every single one was not seaworthy. So sorry about that, guys.
They were Nazis?
They
Not
were not
seaworthy.
worthy. That one's pretty cool. So this is another issue this week of the Sumerian. I think that's the 1 in 10 ratio variant for that one. I feel like in another life, I'm a massive Conan fan. I just feel like it's too late, and I don't have enough time now. But I think I would really dig everything that Conan's laying down.
I'm sorry, who did that Berserker cover?
That's Jenny Frison. Sorry, I should have even at least talked about it. That's Jenny Frison.
Beautiful.
And I can't remember, that might be a 1 in 25 or a 1 in 50. I'm not sure, because there's a version of it that has text and one that doesn't, and they're both different ratios. But that artwork is not on any of the regular open-to-order covers. You have to buy a ratio variant to get that particular cover. I guess I should also say, for anybody's listening or cares, the regular B cover by DeCall, also every single one came damaged. So I have the foil versions of that cover that look really nice, and I'll have those on the shelf, but I won't have any copies of cover B until I get replacements. Or if you really want one, I'll let you go through the damage stack, and you're welcome to buy one for your normal price, but you probably won't want to.
Berserker is just going to let himself blow up with that grenade.
Yeah, he enjoys it. We've already seen him doing it. Yeah. I forgot what this book is called.
It's this one.
Save yourself. Okay. This looks like this is not a book for Ryans. This is a book for some people, but not me. I'll talk about
the
it later.
hologram.
It's definitely, I think somebody told me, and I'm not kidding at all, and I'm not being facetious or whatever, magical girl genre, like Sailor Moon, and Card Captor something or whatever. I'm not being dismissive. It's just not something that I've ever been a part of. But I'll show you some artwork later. The artwork looked really cool. And we have a couple of ratio variants and a 1 per store ratio there for that. Yeah, I don't remember which one's which. I'll have it posted on the website.
Wendy says, I think that Jenny Frison without the bloody face hands is the 1 in 50. The 1 in 25, he has more blood.
Got it.
And then Craig says, hi, Paul.
Hi, Craig.
The more blood, the bigger ratio.
On the weekend.
Craig's looking good. He's been riding his bike.
Yeah, dude. No kidding, dude. You lost a ton of weight. So we have The Many Deaths of Layla Starr, number 3, which I'm not sure how I ended up with shell copies of this because I have no copies of issue 2. I don't know what happened, but I have
selling.
Well, I didn't think that I would have ordered issues. I don't know what's going on. I need to check something. Something's going wrong. But I have some ratios that go with it, and then also, I put it in the box already. I'll show you later. There's a beautiful Denny foil B cover that goes along with that book this week too. I'm not caught up on The Many Deaths of Layla Starr, but I really enjoyed the first issue. Lastly, we have the new Jupiter's Legacy series starting this week. It's called Jupiter's Legacy Requiem. Obviously, it's meant to be hot on the heels of the Netflix series, movie series.
The number one show in the world on Netflix.
An actual series. Week. Yeah. Okay. And I didn't know I was getting these. I think they were kind of like thank you variants. So
And they're not damaged.
And they're not damaged. They're in great shape. It's John Cassaday, which is really cool. Actually, I think he did a really good job. John Cassaday, I still consider to be just like a really fantastic classic artist who sometimes doesn't do his best work. But I think that this is a really great cover. So we have a silver shiny one and a gold shiny one. Obviously, I only got one of the gold shinies, and I got 3 of the silver shinies. And I don't know how much these are going to go for yet, but I will try to have that up and ready for y'all within an hour of us finishing the show.
Adam Hernandez says, watch Madoka, and you'll see what Save Yourself is ripping on.
Madoka. Okay.
Is that an anime? I don't know.
Right on. Okay. That's it for ratio variants. I'm going to move on to regular comic books.
Regular comic books.
That are not any less special than the ratio variants. For reading. Or putting in a bag and never looking at it again. I completely forgot to read this, and I'm really ashamed because this looks fantastic. I have a whole bunch of copies of Supergirl, The Woman of Tomorrow. New 8-issue miniseries by Tom King. And what's her first name?
Bliss. Both those covers, and just beware the shine. Okay, cool. I see them good there. Awesome. Thank you, guys.
I was really excited about this. I'm very curious, like, what does Tom King have to say about Supergirl? And Bilquis Evely. That's what I'm going to say. Blisk Evely. Really fantastic artwork in this book. It kind of seems like he's going for a Princess of Mars vibe, or John Carter Mars vibe, I guess, if that's more how you're
and it's got crypto in it.
And crypto's in it.
Yay, crypto!
There's a really fantastic splash page here.
I already
check
showed
this
that.
out. Oh, that's not the one. It's got crypto in the background. Looks really good. I'll have a review for you guys tomorrow. I'm going to try to read it tonight.
And there's
a really cool blank cover. I do like the sky, right? So you got to get somebody to draw this and have her like, zoom in through the sky, doing the up and away thing. Very neat.
Tom King and Supergirl is an insta-buy for me.
And that's this Liam Sharp cover.
No, that's not Liam Sharp. That's Gary. Is it Liam Sharp?
No, it's Gary Frank.
It's Gary Frank. It's okay. Sorry, Gary Frank.
So this is not. It doesn't seem like it's going to tie into.
I don't know.
Supergirl and Future State.
It doesn't seem like it. No,
I think
it's
Tom King doing his thing.
I bet you this was in the works before Future State was even happening. So if you're looking for another self-contained story, they decided to not make it a black label thing though.
Because his other books lately are Rorschach, Strange Adventures,
right?
Batman, Catwoman,
right?
Those are all black label.
Is Batman, Catwoman black label? I don't know.
But this is there's 8 issues of this.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm excited to read that. Here's a really cool cover. That's one of the more in-demand Pride covers for this month. That one being from Nightwing.
What issue number is it?
We're up to 81.
Okay.
And I still have not caught up.
And there's a nice Pride ad in there too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's by I forget the name of that artist, but that artist is really
artwork by Paulina Ganshu.
I don't know.
That's what it says.
That's really cool.
But
yeah.
Go ahead.
Our buddy Tommy Taylor just posted on his social media today that sold out.
Yeah.
And so they're already doing a second printing.
I think it's funny that I'm just going to be a retailer jerk for a second.
Yeah,
I think it's funny that they're like, oh, it's sold out. Let me explain something to you, children. Let me explain to you something to you children. Everything, almost everything published by DC Comics is sold out the day after its deadline. Every single one. So it's not
DC is so great, right?
No, that's not why. That's because they said, well, 500 people asked for it, so we'll make 510. I don't know exactly why, but the print runs are incredibly conservative, which is very frustrating for me because when I sell out or I know I'm going to sell it, I try to get more and I can't. Anyway, so I still no shade. Nightwing is great. I'm so glad they're having success.
So,
have you seen the artwork for that second print?
Yeah, so that's what I was going to say. So they showed the cover.
Yeah.
Another our friend who likes our
yeah, literally we are all best friends now.
Bruno Redondo.
Yeah,
and it's dope. It's who's on the cover. It's
you got Nightwing and Robin.
Yeah, but it just looks very punk rock.
Oh, it's very like Miles Morales, Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
You know, they're in a subway and there's like graffiti with their logos in the background and stuff. It looks really neat. So they're really bringing it with these second prints. Good job. So good job on that, DC. But more second printings so I can, read Swamp Thing or something.
Luis in for the kill. He says, "Do you guys think Superman throws a pipe when he plays Crypto?"
That was kind of funny. Yeah.
It'll show.
Can you see?
Yeah. Hey, tell you what. I got the power to.
Just sit down.
So it basically, I'm gonna if that book is gonna be hot, I'm gonna limit people one per customer, and if you can't get in here fast enough for that, this cover is on the way. Yeah. Okay. Here is the main cover for Berserker #3. Here is you have to use your imagination. The B cover, because this is actually not the B cover, it's the D cover because it's foil. So you have to imagine it's not foil.
So it's not the B cover's not shiny.
Correct.
This is fake shiny.
I don't have the non-shiny one until I get replacements. And then we also have a shiny version of the A cover by Raphael Grandpa. This is Dekal. I don't know what his first name is. I might just be like his art name, Dekal. But it's been very popular lately.
You boys hold it up a little higher in the middle. They got logos at the bottom of the screen.
Berserker. I not shown here. I got a new printing of issue 2. I'm still waiting on another new printing for issue 1. But so many people bought issue 1. So if you bought issue 1 and you don't have issue 2 yet, I have issue 2 and 3 for you this week.
Louise.
Or more pipes? Oh, he already said that. You missed.
Oh.
You weren't paying attention.
Oh, okay.
I just think this was a rad cover. Sometimes I just want to show a cool cover. That's Denise' foil cover for the Many Deaths of Layla Starr that we were mentioning earlier, and I think it's great. Not much more to say.
Sometimes you just want to see the world burn.
Sometimes I want to see the world.
The artwork
shiny.
is just amazing. It's such a pretty book.
I just interrupt this program for a second.
What happened? What's going on?
I read this book.
Yeah, I did too.
It was great.
No, it was terrible. No, I really enjoyed
It
it.
was really good.
It had Nazis.
Yeah.
It's Indiana Jones meets
It's romance, it's mystery, spy stuff. Ryan's got some left. Buy it.
Yeah, I second and concur. I thought that was really great. The Secret Land. I just missed reading it on Monday night. I totally forgot about it. I'm going to order more of these right now if they're still available. Was shooting to have 10 copies on the shelf.
You have 2.
Now I have 2 because a lot of people, I think, after they saw artwork or whatever, put it on their pull box.
So Instagram story you post, bro.
Yeah, I know, right?
The artwork is actually really cool.
I was really impressed with it. It was a very strong read. It was originally supposed to be called Map Maker. If any of you maybe recall hearing about that in the news, thank you. Here's that second printing for Berserker #2. And the street clothes is what he likes to look like when he's not killing people. And it's sort of it's very like historically accurate kind of Indiana Jones kind of stuff, but like in medieval times. And the main character is Muslim, so all of these things kind of come together to make it a very cool, historically accurate adventure story that I was really impressed with, and I wasn't thinking much of it when I was ordering it. I thought it was good. I'm gonna get more for the shelf. Okay, this is the Captain Harlock. Again, I've never really watched the show or anything like that. This is from Ablaze. This is the same publisher that puts out Sumerian. And I want to say they've done another licensed property also, but I'm having trouble remembering what it is. But the inside looks very animated. Yeah, if you're a fan.
Actually, it looks nice. I mean, it makes sense that
you can tell that this was published in Europe first because look at how dense all the paneling is.
well, that and the border on the
Yeah.
top and the bottom.
That's why they got to shrink the comic book down to fit the American standard format.
You fit, you Americans.
Yeah, that's right.
What do you say over Jeff DeCall? Who is that?
Jeff DeCall.
Who's that reference?
DeCall. I just kept saying DeCall because I couldn't remember his first name.
Phil of 9 says Berserker. And Adam says, Compass artwork looks really nice. Do I need another book?
Yeah, that's what everybody's going to ask themselves, right? There's always room for another book.
Just in time
Yeah.
for
This is the Jupiter's Legacy book I was mentioning. Who's the interior artist on this?
it's Tommy Lee Edwards.
Okay.
Tommy Lee Jones?
Tommy Lee Edwards, who looks kind of like Mateo Scalera.
Look at that like TV accurate B cover there.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah, that's the actor from the show.
Oh, and that wonderful old age makeup.
And interior art looks great.
I've not read a single issue of Jupiter's Legacy, so I don't have much to say on that
The
one.
artwork's nice.
But if you're jonesing for more Jupiter's Legacy, here it is. They got you covered. Are you ever jonesing for swashbuckling though? Who's jonesing for swashbuckling? Anyone?
Swashing?
Swashing? Buckling? Swashbuckling together.
Swashing.
There's a book this week called Seven Swords, which I was also surprised by. It is exactly what the cover looks like. It is a swashbuckling adventure, but I was impressed at how well the artwork made me remember how much I do like movies like The Three Musketeers when I was a kid, and Zorro, and not even Errol Flynn. I'm just like those '90s movies that they, live action movies that they made. I've never even seen it. I need to watch an Errol Flynn movie.
How about,
Just watch Cutthroat Island. That'll fix everything.
Princess Bride.
Yeah, Princess Bride, absolutely.
I have something to tell you, Ryan. I am not left-handed.
Right. It's been a long time since I've seen that. It's D'Artagnan, right? Is that D'Artagnan? D'Artagnan. He's the only musketeer left, and he's being drafted into kind of a global team to sort of take down the bad guy that I'm not going to try to say his name, whoever the bad guy is from the Three Musketeer books. He was played by Tim Curry in my childhood version, I think.
So it's like the last Ronin of the last
Kind of, yeah. And there's even a part where like the ghosts of them are like haunting him, so it's kind of a lot like that.
Written by Alexander Dumas, who is part black.
That's right. Anyway, I enjoyed it. I don't usually like stuff like this, but I thought it was really cool. If you're in the mood for something like that, I highly recommend checking it out.
The Seven Swords crossover with the Seven Sidekicks.
No, but it's going to be fun. We have 6 sidekicks, 7 secrets, and now 7 swords.
Oh, it's 6 sidekicks.
I think it's 6 sidekicks.
And a partridge in a pear tree?
Yeah. 6 sidekicks. 3 coins. No, that's not one. All right, never mind.
Or was there the 4 kids walking to a
4 kids walking to a bank. Yeah, it only counts if they're coming out at the same time.
Oh, okay.
I was listening to the Kevin Smith podcast the other day, and they were talking about Three Musketeers and stuff, and that got them on the Scarlet
Pumpernickel.
Pumpernickel?
Yeah, it's like Donald Duck.
So the Scarlet Pumpernickel
Pumpernickel
was originally a stage play in England,
and
then it became a book series.
Not Donald Duck, Daffy Duck.
And that's the first fictional story. So it's like the first superhero because it's the first story that the hero used a secret identity to fight crime.
Yeah.
And it was written by a woman.
How about that?
So a woman came up with the idea of
secret identities
to fight crime.
And then that card turned to like Zorro later and all that sort of stuff.
And the Scarlet how do you say it? Pumpernickel had a whole universe. So there were several books. So they had their own Avengers. There was a whole team of different Pumpernickels.
And now everybody's really excited, and they're gonna sit down and read it and be like, "This is the driest thing ever."
Yeah,
you know what I mean? times have changed, kids. It's probably not as exciting as it sounds anymore.
I have a copy of Seven Swords on its way to me. I love mashup the fictional characters. Adam says, Louis says, Robin Hood Men in Tights is the best Robin Hood movie.
Yeah.
And Wendy says, 5 orphans.
5 orphans.
5
orphans. Yeah. That's when they need to reprint the first issue of. I have all these number 2s. I had to throw in the dollar bin because they didn't do that. All right. Let's keep going. Planet-Size X-Men. Again, this is, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to say I recommend this to, it's a one-shot, by the way. Everything is a number 1, no matter what. So they say things are number 1. That doesn't mean there's going to be a number 2. There's not a new series called Planet-Size X-Men. This is a one-shot called Planet-Size X-Men.
Because they used to do a thing called what?
Giant Size.
Giant Size.
Yeah. And we actually already had a couple of Giant Size issues over the last couple of years. So I would say that there's those of you that are following a lot of the X-Men books, or at least half the X-Men books, or some of the X-Men books, and you're already being involved in the gala event. But if you're totally outside of all that, or maybe you just read the X-Men issue, I think this is the thing you want to pick up to kind of get you acquainted with what's going on, which is a big party, basically. But they did announce a new actual X-Men team. There will be a new X-Men ongoing series. Some of you asked me if it was going to be written by John Hickman, and I just very confidently said, yes, of course. I was wrong. It's being written by Jerry Dugan. But that doesn't mean Hickman's going away. He's also writing Inferno, which is assumedly going to be another big event thing that ties into Mystique and Destiny and Moira and all the 10
More
lives and all
X-Men
that
than
stuff.
you can shake in a stick at?
That's right. So just remember, it's a writer's room. He's the showrunner of these writers. So in any case, this might be another good chance for you to see if you want to jump onto that X-Men series when it starts.
Planet Size X-Men.
Wendy wants to see a Seven Swords Captain Harlock crossover. We have swashbuckling meets space buckling.
Yeah.
And then she also reminds us in the number comics there's 2 moons.
There's 2 moons.
2 moons, 5 orphans, 6
it got cut off.
sidekicks,
Yeah.
7 samurai.
You're looking at you sideways.
Wendy says that Plant Size is supposed to be a pretty significant key issue for the new development in X-Men.
Yeah. So don't miss it if you're, even if you're just casually interested in X-Men. That's not something you want to miss. This is Demon Days, Mariko, and I'm going to let Steve show you some interior artwork while I show you the different covers. We have... This is a beautiful book. I was really impressed with X-Men Demon Days, but I think she's topping herself with this one, which I think is always exciting to see an artist like elevate and try to like just do better stuff. I don't know how I can describe that. I have to look at both books side by side, but I just think she's doing better work.
It's really pretty.
And we have a cover here by Mahmoud Asrar. Sorry, try to say that. Asrar. There's that Jim Bartel cover. Beautiful, beautiful cover.
Love that Jim.
We got a J. Scott Campbell cover, which I was just so certain was going to be a ratio variant, but it actually was open to order. This is the Vereje cover that you guys have been used to. This is the Native American style artwork. Giru is the artist that works on Thor and Loki Double Trouble, as well as Spider-Man and Venom Double Trouble? Okay.
Yeah, Double Trouble.
Here's a really cool Stan Sakai. It doesn't do Marvel variants really very often that I can.
I think he's done one or
not hardly any at all. So that's a really neat treat.
He did one for Star Wars.
I'm being asked if I have quite a few Planet Size X-Men. I did order quite a few because I'm not going to just give it to everybody that's subscribed to X-Men. I'm only giving it to the people that actually pre-ordered it. So to try to make up for that, in case there are X-Men people that are like, oh, I didn't even know this existed, I ordered a fair amount.
There's a good amount of show.
But I wouldn't just wait. If you have a pull box with us, please ask for it. There's no reason to wait. Okay. Lastly,
there's 200 covers for Venom 200.
We have Venom 200 wrapping up. Venom 35, also Venom 200, also AKA the last issue of Donny Cates' Venom run, which is very popular. Now, they've already said what comes next. Basically,
Venom has a kid, and
I don't actually know that for sure. I'm not caught up, so I'm not sure what's going on with it. The only thing that I know is that the new Venom series is going to be written by Alan Wing.
Yeah.
And it's going to be drawn by Brian Hitch. So we'll see how that. And I scoffed a little bit. I'm like, Brian Hitch is not my favorite artist for Venom. But then I started seeing some of the stuff. I'm like, okay, that looks pretty good.
He's not writing it, thankfully.
Yeah, Brian Hitch is okay. But he should just draw things. And Donny Cates, of course, is moving over to
Spider-Man.
Really? You don't know? You don't know either.
Hulk.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, why didn't you call out when I called on you?
We were just letting you hang there.
How many covers, Laura said?
A lot. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I think I got them all.
13
so the same number as that Firepower issue.
Yeah.
Al Ewing with Ram V on the new.
Oh, that's right, Ram V. Yes, cool.
And Adams is the size of that Venom book. Holy cow!
Yeah, it's a big old oversized buddy at $9.99.
Al and Donnie switch places.
Yes, Al and Donnie switch places.
Crisscross.
So let's see here. I can narrate here. Okay, that's the main cover. By Ryan Stegman. Okay, and I got a few of those, but I got more of the other ones that I thought were more sexy.
Is Null dead yet? That's all I care about.
I don't remember because I never finished the series. That's Stegman also. That's his alternate cover that he made. There is a 1 in 100 without the trade dress, which I did get and came a little bit scuffed. I don't want to talk about it. Patrick Gleason, of course. Everybody was really excited about the Webhead variants. Finally got around to doing Eddie Brock.
It's not shiny, though. No, because the other ones they've done, like...
Marvel doesn't really do shiny.
Well, I meant, like, the ink. They did the shiny ink on, like, Spider-Man.
Oh, I didn't notice.
Yeah, foil.
Foil, thank you.
This one I think is an all-timer. I think that jock cover
it's like a nightmare.
Is great.
It looks like kind of channeling Bill Sienkiewicz.
Definitely, yeah. That's my favorite of the bunch. I ordered quite a few of them. This is Garson.
I do kind of like
the collage covers are really cool, for sure. We got Vereje again, the Native American style artist. Again, in any other week, that just by itself, I think it's a great Arthur Adams cover.
Lots of tongue action going
Let's
on.
you got it. Tongue and saliva.
Yeah.
We got Umberto Ramos covered in the saliva department. We got Nick Klein. This is the Thor artist. I think it looks really cool. Great color. This is Natasha Bustos, who I'm not still super familiar with, and I'm starting to learn her look. Here's one that both Steve and I thought were Kelly Jones. I know it's a student of Kelly Jones and Birdie Wright's, Kyle Hotz. He's one of my favorite cover artists.
So hot right now.
This is another really dope cover. I didn't have very many for the shelf. It's Simone Bianchi. Very neat. And of course, you can't have Venom close out without Mark Bagley.
Breaking 200.
Breaking 200.
Well, that's pretty cool.
If you didn't know, Mark Bagley is he's the co-creator of no, he's not. What am I saying? He drew Venom Lethal Protector. That's why a lot of Venom issues after that.
And then they show you
They're doing their homework. They're showing their work.
Yeah, they're showing.
So this is how we got to 200.
This is how we got to 200.
Wendy says, "Wait, keep that tongue action away from Captain Arias."
Oh my god!
And then what was Captain Arias something?
And
then
then we re-show the first 4. Sure.
Louise says, "Venom is my favorite terrible Eminem song."
I forgot that he did a song. I'm so excited for that new Venom movie. It's going to be great.
like a turd in the wind.
Ooh, look at that.
Wow. Says, snort tongue action.
We had a request to see the first 4 covers, so you can keep talking about it. So these are the 2 Stegman covers, main cover, and then the Stegman alternate. And then these were the 2 most popular, most ordered by far: the Webhead by Patrick Gleason, and then the Jock cover. Jock cover is my favorite. I think
it's interesting because that's the only one that has that
200.
No, look in the back.
Oh, that is interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So that's the only one with the logo on the back?
Yeah, it's the only one with the logo on.
What does it mean? It doesn't mean anything.
I don't know.
Keep Venom away from Captain.
Yeah. Or, I mean, yeah, well. Okay, let's finish out with some graphic novels. Go ahead and start with that.
Okay, World of Black Hammer, the library edition. I wanted to point this out because this reprints Barbalian Red Planet, which was nominated for an Eisner Award for Best Miniseries.
Yeah.
So that it has that, and it has the Colonel Weird Cosmogod. These are really, really nice books.
I don't know about you and how old you people are, but I remember that there was a crazy cartoon. I didn't really know a lot about anime or anything like that, but this would sometimes be on when I in the early days when I had cable, and it was called Fist of the North Star, and I was always fascinated by it because it was incredibly violent. I knew I was a little horror kid even back then, and he would just go around this Mad Max. It's basically Mad Max with martial arts, and he would do these things where he'd be like, pressure point, yeah, quah, like this, and you just touch your nipple, and then your right arm would grow too big and then explode because he knew the secret technique or whatever. So it's based on an older manga. I love this old exploitative grindhouse kind of style manga stuff. I ordered a few of these because I think people are going to be excited to read it.
And $20 for hardcover is actually a pretty decent deal.
Biz is getting more and more into the habit of doing these nice hardcovers, which I think sell better here. And I think also what they say to people that maybe aren't as familiar with manga, like, hey, this is classic, or this is interesting, this has stood the test of time, or this is influential. In that case, I think this is one of those things.
Maybe it's Viz signature.
Viz signature, sure. So that's Fist of the North Star. Love it. Can't wait to jump into it. I'll let you talk about that one.
Oh, Teen Titans Beast Boy. I believe the same team who did the Raven book.
I see Gabriel Piccolo, so Cami Garcia. So yes.
So it's both this and the Ravens have been very, very popular. They've actually had to go back and reprint them, and these are the first hardcovers that they've done of these.
If you're not familiar with Gabriel Piccolo, you should follow him on Instagram. I don't know the whole story or how the story goes, but I remember saying to myself when we were talking about Teen Titans, what they really knew is they need to get this Instagram artist to do Teen Titans because he's really got it. He's got the right attitude, the right take on it. He makes them feel modern. He makes them feel like they're actually young kids and stuff. And then it was like, no, that's the guy that's doing that Raven graphic novel. I'm like, oh, okay, they got him already.
It says an origin story with heart, claws, teeth, and it's easy to fall in love with Beast Boy.
Yeah. I should probably check those out at some point. Yeah, I love their relationship. They have him and Raven are an item on Instagram. I don't know if that's true in there, but it's really cute to see them hang out. And I enjoy that quite a bit.
Adam Fernandez said earlier, Kenshiro, is that regarding this to the North Star?
Oh, probably. Yeah, I would imagine so. We also have a new Deceased. I think that might have been the online only thing. Hope at World's End. Gary, any idea?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. To
I believe that's a collection of the stuff that was digital first.
Digital first, yeah.
Which is why I didn't get nearly as much of that as I did the other ones, but maybe I made a mistake.
So that's a little bit of a prequel. So that's kind of leading up to like what's happening before.
But shiny on
beautiful. All the trade dress, I bet, looks really nice together on the shelf if you get all these.
So did they ever? They didn't. They're not publishing that in individual issues. That's interesting. Because a lot of the other DC digital stuff, digital first, they'll release it.
The Harley one that came out a few weeks ago was that they didn't print
Same thing,
Yeah, the red Harley red.
Right,
Black and red.
I'm gonna tell you, I read that Bad Bunny book. That was really good.
I'm sorry, I just had to take a second because Bad Bunny is a musician that I think is really popular with the ladies or something.
Yeah.
You mean Bunny Mask?
Bunny Mask. Bad Bunny.
I don't know, but I
Bad Bunny.
I see Bad Bunny all the time. Like, oh, Bad Bunny can get this. Bad Bunny can call me daddy. I don't know.
Call me daddy.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. So Bunny Mask.
Bunny Mask. Yeah.
So yeah, I read the Bunny Mask.
With the scary Ariana Grande.
But we were talking about the artist was the same as Maniac.
Maniac in New York. Yeah.
But did that artist also work on Deceased stuff?
Maybe. I didn't read enough to Deceased to be able to say that. Andrea Moody.
Nope.
Well, not on that
No,
one.
not on that one, but on the Deceased proper.
Oh, maybe.
Bob's joining us. Hey, Bob, I haven't seen you in a minute.
Oh my
Bob
God.
says, Correctamundo, Deceased hardcover was digital first. How long before the Deceased omnibus? And hi, everybody.
Yeah, I could see them doing like an omnibus
they'll do
of
an
that.
omnibus.
And then Wendy says, Bad Bunny is your bunny daddy?
Okay. We have more Future State collections. This one is Next Batman, which I think, unlike the other ones, is actually just
It's
and Dark Detective. That's actually really cool. At $34.99.
Next Batman, Nightwing,
and Dark Detective.
Yeah.
Wait, number 1 and 3? Oh, so just the crossover issues.
Yeah, it's just crossover.
I
issues.
get it. Okay.
That makes sense.
No, that's fine. So this is so during Future State, Dark Detective was the series that was from Bruce Wayne's perspective.
Dad.
Next Batman was the Lucius Fox's kid as Batman.
Right.
So this has those issues plus the crossover issues with Dark Detective when they eventually meet each other in the Future State universe. That's a pretty good chunk of comic books for the price. It's $34.99 and we sell it for 30% off.
Look, more Batman.
More Batman. This is, of course, the main Batman, James Tiny Onion, with Gillian Marks, James Stokey. So they must have included that
Batman Annual,
Joker Warzone.
The Batman Annual was what he did.
I thought it was Joker Warzone. I guess it was Batman Annual 5. Yeah. You're right. It was a Clown Hunter story, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need to read this book. I feel bad. I'm so behind on Batman. Anyway.
That was really good.
Volume 3
and
of the Tiny Onion.
Does that introduce Ghostmaker too?
It's
called Ghost
yeah,
Story.
yeah. I see him on the back here, so yeah.
Can I see that? I'm sorry, I walked right. Can I see that Future State book real quick? Yeah, that was good stuff. I recommend that book, guys. Luis says apparently Cammy Garcia saw Gabriel Piccolo's art on Instagram and told DC that she wanted him to do the art for the Ravens book.
There you go.
Gabriel Piccolo almost missed the opportunity to draw the book because he thought all the emails from DC were a scam.
Well, they do that, don't we know
Yeah,
that?
they
They call, and you don't know if they're pranking you or not.
And that's been a lot of the artists that they've gotten for the young adult stuff. They'll say, hey, I like this person's art style. Can we see if we can get them?
Very cool.
Wow, look at it's something timely.
Yeah, this is actually a reprint, but it's been a while since we've had it in print. So we have the Vote Loki storyline here in trade paperback, which will have something to do with the Loki show because we've already seen him in the suit and the thing, and I don't know what's going on with any of that stuff yet.
I like the artwork.
Yeah, I do too. Who is that? I don't know. I'm not familiar. Anyway, yeah, Loki. We talked about it before.
Langdon Foss and Chris Chuckery.
Don't know either one of them, but they're cool. It kind of looks like. I'm not gonna do that, Ryan. We gotta move on.
Okay.
But Loki related. We have Thor by Jason Aaron, Volume 3 complete collection. Which I said to these guys, I only want to put it on camera so I can complain about Volumes 1 and 2 not being in print. Marvel.
Stupid
Marvel. I got a Thor movie coming out soon.
They'll reprint them after the movie comes out.
So if you've been waiting, I know a lot of you have been waiting on this, though, and did get the complete collections for Volume 1 and 2, and now you can get Volume 3. The current incarnation, this is Donny Cates's Thor series, Volume 2 of that.
7 through 13.
So this is kind of I think this is the stuff that's in between. This is basically the stuff that's in between the Herald of Galactus arc and then the Prey artwork where Donald Blake becomes. Oh, actually, I see Donald Blake on the spine. Yeah, you're right. Never mind. This is the Donald Blake stuff. So you get the in-between issues plus the next big storyline, which is Donald Blake has been going insane in an alternate reality and then manages to take over Thor's body, and yeah, it goes from there. Really cool. I just thought that looked neat, but also I've been getting really into Simon Handelman on Instagram, who does the Mega Hex comic books, and this is something that he keeps recommending, and it's a weird Fantagraphics thing that probably nobody's going to look at me.
I like the artwork.
Yeah, it's Nathan Cowdery. We like to try to keep a fresh selection of different things here, some variety. That's one I did read and I really enjoyed. Kaiju Score is exactly what it sounds like. It is what if these guys planned a heist around a kaiju landfall, like coming in and terrorizing a city and choosing that moment to go steal the painting. I think that was a really neat idea and it was a lot of fun. There's a lot of big monster action in it. So if you're like me and you're a big nerd for kaijus, don't miss that.
It was fun.
Looks like Shaggy.
Yeah.
Hey, guess what? That's it.
What? No more Venom covers?
Yeah. No more Venom covers.
Oh my gosh.
It's not even 9 o'clock yet.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Hey, camera's on me. I gotta show the shirt. Look, they gave me a shirt. Best cat dad ever. Just ask Willis Clark.
Black cover.
There's Willis Clark on there.
A couple. Sorry, I'm sorry, Derek.
I dare you.
Can I say something?
Of course.
We had an Instagram saying somebody asking me, I asked what series or issue that Spider-Man black cover on the side is. I think she's talking about this. I'm not sure what's actually available on camera, but actually it's Venom. This is Venom issue 35. It's the last issue of Donny Cates' run.
Patrick Gleason.
But this cover is by Patrick Gleason, and it is clearly in the spirit of the cover he did for Amazing Spider-Man not that long ago.
Yeah,
that blew up online.
Go through the history of that real quick. So that was first it was Amazing Spider-Man, and then he did
A Man Thing cover.
Man Thing.
He did do Man Thing. He did a Venom Web of Carnage.
He did Black Panther or Black Panther 25.
He did one, but it's not a web head cover.
Well, it's a silhouette.
It is a silhouette.
Silhouette for the last issue of the last run.
Just still have it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then this.
Yeah, and I think he did some store exclusive too in this style, but people went gaga for the webhead stuff, and so this is sort of like, grand finale.
Throw money at him.
The one that you showed earlier of the Heroes Reborn, is that kind of like a profile one? A little bit of Hyperion?
Sure.
A little bit?
A little bit. I mean, everything that's done by Ryan Gleason is technically a Ryan Gleason. Patrick Gleason, excuse me.
Ryan just gives everybody his name.
This guy said Ryan is the bad boy of comic books retail. I don't know about that. And
the streets of Anaheim.
Crazy Wolf Girl said yes, that one. So I got it right. And then what do we got here? I'm waiting for the call from DC to approve my pitch for Dinosaurs and Purple Pants versus Super Pipe. You don't ever stop believing. Don't stop dreaming. Don't stop trying. Follow your dreams. That's all I'm going to say. That's literally all I'm going to say. I don't want to talk anymore. I got work to do. Do you have like a funny question or anything? Derek, are you going to pass out?
Yeah, what?
Are you going to die?
Are we here?
Yeah, we're here.
Yeah, I do. Steven, pitch your stuff real quick. Where do we see you? I wanted to, we don't have time to talk about it now, but remind me if I do catch you tomorrow to do a little in-store interview. I meant to
a tiki-talkie?
I meant to talk to you about the Eisner
Oh yeah, the Eisner. We'll talk about the Eisner Awards
nominations. So let's talk about that.
or the nominations. Yeah.
Real quick, where do we find you? What are you doing?
Popculturemaven.com. I've been doing reviews every week, video reviews. So I actually get to do more, and I actually, and Derek likes this. Apparently, continuing to review video or books after number 1.
Yeah, so number 2
and number 3s and number 8 sometimes.
Yeah, comic books keep going after number 1.
They
Kids.
do. So that's where you can find me. Popculturemaven.com.
Where can we find you?
Here.
There's a
I
little,
live here.
There's a little tunnel underneath the store, and he's got like a bed and everything. It's really kind of awesome.
Rick Rock 34 says, "Thanks, Ryan. See you tomorrow." Rick Rock, was it? Did we stop boring you? I'm sorry if we bored you earlier.
I gotta start giving him a jump in 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Should put a little timer.
People love the banter though. I get messages.
Not Ricky Rocky.
I get messages about people who say you're just gonna have a straight Pulp Fiction podcast.
Maybe that's what we should do.
I am thinking we should invest in a mic, Ryan. A little thing between you two if we're doing this.
Okay.
Get better audio.
Okay.
Okay. So I can't find my list of questions. I remember one of them though was Indiana Jones related. So Ryan, you are Ryan Spielberg with your hat there. And Steven, you're...
And the beard.
Steven, you're Steven Lucas. And you guys are making your Indiana Jones sequels. Give me your pitch.
I wasn't ready for that.
What's write a whole script on camera, real quick.
I think we should...
What's your era?
Okay,
what's your MacGuffin?
I'll start off by saying this. I have zero negative interest in seeing young Indiana Jones.
Oh, interesting.
Don't want it. Don't want anymore.
Ford is done. You're done.
I'm done. He's not dead. He's still there. Make that the story. I love old men stories. I'm too old for this. What do I have left in me to do this thing?
So just keep going.
I want to just keep going. Like James Bond until they're dead. Yeah.
I think we should have Indiana Jones versus Bubba Hotep.
Okay, that's a great idea. Yeah,
I think it's.
But you mean like after he's been put in a convalescent home?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Here's there's a
yeah. And Bruce Campbell is Elvis.
Yeah.
I mean,
in all seriousness, though, just show me a new location. Do it practically. I don't want to see any CGI. Please. I know he's getting old. So just write that into it, okay? Look, Sean Connery was wonderful in The Last Crusade, in my opinion, because I'm a 90s kid, and Temple of Doom is my favorite Indiana Jones. Hate me, I don't care.
I thought Crystal Skull was your favorite.
No. We don't talk about Crystal Skull. Yeah, I guess I have more thoughts than I thought I did, but just make it practical and make it, yeah, he's an old man, so lean into that and have that be a part of it.
And where's the dog? I think we need to see the dog.
What dog?
You were named after the dog?
Oh, that dog.
From your favorite film,
Yeah.
apparently.
Put him somewhere that makes it feel like it's old, even though it's going to be more modern, right? We can't have him obviously go back and punch Nazis; they're gone. And it was like, oh, have him punch communists now. Like, I don't want to do that either. Just put him somewhere where it feels like it's out of time.
So have him just be a professor and
No,
like
get him to an exotic location. All right, that's it. What else?
Good.
Is that it?
That was good.
Okay. Call us. Call me, Steven.
Yeah. Rick Rock also said, "Nah, I'm good. I'm actually in town for the next 2 weeks." Louis reminds us Steven Spielberg actually attended Cal State Long, which is true. Didn't finish, but he did go there. He got on or anything. I want to see Indy in the Pacific, Adam says. Louis says, my pitch would be Indiana Jones would look for an ancient item that belongs to the museum and discovers the real-life Harrison Ford.
Oh, that would be fun. That's really funny. I don't know.
Steven, can you do me a favor? Can you grab that Stray Dogs Demons cover?
And there was a bunch of new prints with different covers, including there's a Psycho cover.
No, that's the ganja. That's happening either side of us right now. I'm pretty sure. we're gonna get some secondhand high in a minute.
So on the FOC last week was a bunch of other different covers, right?
Yeah, and I went ham on it. So here's the thing that's going on with Stray Dogs. It's a hit. The guy who writes it, his name's Tony Fleece. He's a friend of the store. I'm so thrilled that he's doing well with this book. I asked him, and he said yes, and it's a while from now, so we'll see what happens. But I am
planning on having him in here for a signing, coordinating around the trade paperback release of the book, which I'm not sure when that is yet because the 5th issue hasn't come out yet. But they did one more round of printings of all of the back issues, and I said I wasn't going to get any more back issues to get people caught up. I decided, no, one more time, since they're all coming out on the same week. That one was great. And they were all bangers. They did different artwork for all of the different ones. So they had Midsummer, Psycho. They did John Carpenter's The Thing. They did Evil Dead. I'm in Heaven. I ordered a lot. I'm going to basically put them together and give people like a deal to buy them in a packet, like if they're caught up and read the whole series.
Better picture.
Yeah. And then I figure whatever you guys don't actually want to buy, we will hang on to them for when that signing happens, and we'll have some stuff for the signing, because these are just fantastic covers.
The Psycho was actually very impressive. Because most of them have been modern to go back, that far.
Yeah, that's obviously Psycho. Actually,
Yeah.
And Hitchcock is like one of my favorite directors, and I totally brain goofed. I was like, I actually messaged Ryan like, "What is that?"
Oh.
Psycho. Like, oh, that. So this leads to my other question: if you could have a horror movie cover variant for Stray Dogs, if they haven't done yet.
Oh, that's good.
I've got mine.
It's the first thing that comes to mind is Tremors.
Ooh, good.
That
poster.
one's good. Go with yours. I'm
I don't know how the dogs would incorporate it into it, but one of my favorite horror movie posters was House.
Oh yeah, they should totally do a house, but with a paw,
Ding,
right? Yeah, that'd be great.
Ding Dong, You're Dead.
Ding dong, you're dead. Yeah. What do you got? Come on.
Alien.
Yeah, Alien. Absolutely. I can't believe that.
In space, no one can hear you bark.
There you go. Yeah, you got it. No problem. This is fun. I'm so sad this is gonna be over. Like, I want the Stray Dogs to keep going forever, so we keep getting these cute.
And I would say that I would assume probably in the trade, all the covers will be there. So
I hope so. I mean,
yeah, most of the time they do.
Oh, Night of the Comet. That's a good one. Good job. I love the deep cuts. Night of the Comet is wonderful. Okay, that's it. Otherwise, I'll just talk about movies all night.
American Dogs in
London.
London.
My Indy pitch.
Yeah.
So Indy, we've seen him fight the Nazis twice and deal with Christian iconography and stuff. We've seen him deal with go in like India with Temple of Doom and Indian iconography, and then deal with alien stuff with the Crystal Skull. So I'd like to see Old Man Samurai Indiana Jones. I'd like to see him go to Japan and a whip versus a katana. And I don't know.
And just him making like really gruff, like Anglo kind of like just, what are his pajamas? It's just gonna be stuff like that all over the place. No, you're right. We haven't done East Asia at all, have we?
Yeah.
Well, he was in Shanghai.
Yeah, for a little bit.
That was great.
He should go fight Lopan's son.
Yeah.
You don't call him Indy. You call him Dr. Jones.
You're not allowed to do that. The movies everybody says is racist.
I feel bad because I love Keiko Kwan. He was
And I
he's such a great character.
It might be racist, but how many minecart chase sequences do you have in your movies?
Exactly.
Anyway.
What else did the actor do besides Data and Short Round? Two of the most iconic roles.
I don't know. I mean, you talk about like child actors that kind of come and go. I think there's probably written books about that.
I just remember Chunk. He became like a lawyer or something.
Yeah.
And what's her name? Kate Capshaw
got married.
Got a marriage off that. Pretty good. So Wendy says they should have done a 101 Dalmatians horror homage.
There you go.
Or was that a little too on the snout?
On the snout.
And Louise says, my horror movie variant would be Willy Wonka, the Chocolate Factory,
That one's
the world's greatest Saw prequel.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the joke, right? It's him, and then the other one is, Kevin McAllister. The Kevin McAllister eventually is the person who turns into Jigsaw.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. I like that. Or Batman. Very good. All right, cool. Well, that's the show. Let me just plug
That
mine
is a
out.
show.
It's kind of something. I'm Derek Easley of Derek Easley Entertainment. I'm trying to stay awake, but these boys are very entertaining. So you can find us at DerekEasley.com, and we do drone, we do video, we do all types of cool stuff, and we're actually doing a big thing for the Long Beach Museum of Art, and that is coming up real soon, and we've been really busy with that. So if you guys ever need any work, or you have any referrals for video, photography, post-production, and that stuff, appreciate those referrals. We've actually gotten some work doing these live streams. So people have seen us do live streams for Pulp Fiction and asked us to do some live work for them as well. So we appreciate that. Wendy says, Derek, have you been up more or less than 36 hours at this point? I don't know. Sleep is an elusive mistress, I say. One other thing too, Pulp Fiction related. Please join our Pulp Fiction group. That's different from the Pulp Fiction main page. There you can post memes. You can talk about Batman and Catwoman on the rooftop. But keep it fun. Keep it pithy and fun, but not too dirty. And then you can post articles, pictures of your collections, have good and spirited fan chats. We like all that. And then also, if you really love us, we always appreciate if you like, subscribe, and share our content. We also have stuff on TikTok we're doing, and we'll post that on Instagram and on Facebook as well. We did a TikTok the other day, right? We got a lot of views. I don't remember what it was.
Probably the dog.
Guts the dog, yeah. What was Guts asking you about?
Sweet Tooth.
Sweet Tooth.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I called him Guts, and Ryan had it correct. Derek, it's Guts.
It's guts.
Good.
Yeah.
Like intestines.
We did a fun little TikTok with Comet Brand as well recently. And then what else was there? I don't know. At one point, I'm going to try to convince Ryan to do a 24-hour telethon stream.
Good luck.
I
wish you luck.
A bunch of artists. We'll set up a cot for Ryan to take a little nippy nap. Ryan could sleep in a little diamond box,
You just put me in your pocket.
Put me in my, but I think that'd be great. Like we did a charity 24-hour stream. We just have Stephen Howarth bring like a whole box of DVDs and Blu-rays and talk about them for a couple hours. See who can fall asleep on camera first. I think we should do it. What would be your charity, right?
The Ryan's
backyard bar charity.
Yeah, right. The one,
Ryan's lumber
charity.
Lumber charity.
I'm not staying up for 24 hours. Just good luck.
Well, I mean, you got the stream going for
you go in and out or whatever. Okay.
Yeah, Jerry Lewis wasn't on the telethon all the time. Now was he?
Your shifts. You'd be on for a couple hours.
We get some other volunteers.
Annie would be on for a couple hours.
Yeah. Well, now you're deluding yourself.
Wendy could talk about Marvel for at least 3-4 hours.
That's true.
Yeah.
Wendy could be the pinch hitter.
Wendy, talk about Iron Man.
Yeah.
8 hours later.
Yeah, talk about the wonderful musings of Christopher Cantwell's writing.
That's how you get Yelp callers off the phone, by the way, because they won't stop calling if you just hang up. They'll just keep calling, and they get really aggressive. So you just start talking about your favorite comic book until they understand that that's what you're going to be doing, and it's a waste of their time and not yours.
Good life. We could have Luis just make pipe jokes the whole time.
Yeah.
Adam says we could talk about Godzilla for a couple hours, and Wendy says she could straight up do 24 hours.
There you go. I'm not surprised. I think both you and her can survive without sleep. Apparently.
All right, so let's wrap it up, guys. Good job, Ryan. We'll see you tomorrow. Any store business we talk about at all?
I guess I'll say this really quickly. We are going to continue to ask people to wear their masks when they come inside. That includes me and Annie and Eduardo. This is until further notice. I don't know when. That's all I have to say about it. If it's a problem, then don't come. We also do curbside pickup, so we can do that as well. And that's it. Just keep doing what you're doing, guys, and I'll keep doing what I'm doing. And we're almost done. I promise this has got to be almost done.
Anything with sets or Dollar Comics or any news in that front?
Not really. I have Eduardo doing up some Dollar Comic stuff. He might have some. Actually, he's probably going to be working on that stuff on Wednesday. I was stuck at Alex's. I had a great time.
Party hard this weekend.
Yeah. So not a bunch of stuff like that. No. Lots and lots of new merchandise this week. Tons of new comics.
Okay. Can I ask you a sensitive question? How did Fortnite go today?
I didn't do that good. But that's okay. I'm not sensitive about it. I think it just means that we finally caught up with demand. That always makes me happy. I like to see.
Did you have to put the sign on the door today?
No sign. No sign. We had people come in to get the books that I promised that I would have for them today if they came back, and they did. Now I have lots of copies of issue 4 and 5, and I'll probably probably have a lot of copies of issue 6, and I might still be able to get 1s and 2s and 3s of people, depending on how many more printings they decide to do. But again, if the whole thing is for naught, all of the codes and all of the stories will be reprinted in a graphic novel very soon. And that's all I have to say about that.
And they're doing a Fortnite and Minecraft.
I'm sure they did. Sure they are. Batman's not involved. I don't know how I'm involved. I'm going to be.
Batman's too busy not doing other things.
With Catwoman.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you so much.
All
right, thank you,
Derek. All right.
Bye-bye.